Hello everyone, welcome to Dawn Nifty. Today we'll talk about a very important topic, which is how to choose the best broker for your demat account. Now, as we know, before we start investing, we need to have a demat or a trading account. So in this video, I'll try to make you aware of the services offered by different brokers and their associated charges. Plus, I'll also tell you which one is the best broker in the business and which is my preferred one, which I am using. So friends, if you want regular updates from my channel, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. In this presentation, we will discuss about the types of broker, their brokerages, total types of transactions or the charges which are levied on your trade, few hidden charges and how you can avoid that. Now, who are the different types of broker? Either we have a full service broker or we have a discount broker. Who are the full service broker? As you can see here, most of the established bank like Kotak, HDFC, ICICI, they are the full service broker. And what are the services offered by them? They offer call support through a relationship manager, integrated 3-in-1 account, which is your savings account to hold your money, demat account to hold your deliveries, and trading account to trade on the various exchange, which is Nifty and Sensex in the Indian stock market exchange. And they also give you a lot of daily and weekly market reports, which many of people are interested in. What services are offered by discount broker? Now, the major service which they offer is high margin for intraday, and they don't have savings account, but they give you a package of 2-in-1, which is demat and trading account. So friends, which is my favorite broker? As you can see, there are a lot of discount brokers in the market, but the one which I use is Zerodha. It has a very good UI, and it's pretty fast to use and pretty easier to use as well. So those who are not yet enrolled, who don't have a demat account, the link is there in the description and also the comment section. Please do click that link and enroll yourself. And also the ones who, many of my friends also want to switch their brokers from a full service broker to discount broker to also to all of them, I would recommend you go ahead and open with Zerodha. Now let's look at the brokerage charges which we pay for our trade. So either we go for intraday trade, which is same day settlement. You buy on the same day and you sell your stocks on the same day. Or we have a delivery based trade, meaning you buy a trade and that stock gets delivered to you more than a day. Okay, you don't settle it on the same day, but you carry that trade for more than a day. Either you may settle it 1 week or 1 year or 2 years later. So here I have considered two trades, trade 1 and trade 2. The only difference being in the capital use. So in trade 1, you are using a less capital of 10,000 rupees and you doubled the money on the same day. In trade 2, you are using a bigger capital of 100k rupees and you doubled that money in say 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, any amount of time. Okay. So the profit in the first one is 10,000 rupees. In the profit in the second one is 1 lakh rupees. So in this charges, let's see, I will be, this is just for the illustration purpose of the various charges which I have collected and researched from the different websites of full service and discount brokers. So here in the illustration purpose, we will consider the worst case of full service broker. We'll consider the best case of full service broker in terms of charges, and we will consider the worst case of the discount broker. So friends, just to see this calculation and understand this, you may pause the video and you may check that the total trade taken in the first trade was 10,000 we bought, 20,000 we sold. So the total traded amount is 30,000. And in the next trade, we bought, the capital used was 1 lakh. We sold while doubling our amount, which is 2 lakhs. So the total trade was 3 lakh rupees. Okay, just understand this, then apply the same percentage in the below trade and you will get the values. So in intraday first, 0.5% of 30,000, which is 15 rupees. Here you will pay 0.03 of the 30,000, which is 9 rupees. You will pay the lower of either 20 per trade or this percentage, whatever it comes out. So as per the capital use, the percentage coming out is 9 rupees, which you will be paying. Now the intraday trade 2, when you do with a higher volume of transaction, when you do with more capital, total traded amount was 3 lakh. So you are paying 150 over here. In this case, now you are paying 40 because this comes out to be the lesser of the two. When you take the delivery and you sell it after a year or 2 years, how much do you pay? You pay 0.1% of the trade or 25 per trade, which is higher. Per trade meaning while buying 25, while selling 25. So 0.1 of 30,000 comes out to be 30. 25 plus 25 comes out to be 50. So you pay 50 over here. In this case, if you see, it is free while buying, but 20 rupees while selling. Okay, I think I have used a lot of markers over here. You can check the initial video by pausing it and understand. So in this case, it is free delivery while buying, but it is 20 rupees while selling. So here you only pay the 20 rupees while you sold the stock, while you sold the 20k transaction, and the same when you have used for a higher capital as well. So just have one learning over here. If you use higher capital, the percentage amount of brokerage you pay becomes lesser as opposed to when you are using lesser capital. So based on your capacity, try to use higher capital for the trades that you are taking. And same when we compare for the full service broker, here if we see, we are paying quite a lot. We are paying 0.1% of 3 lakh, which comes out to be 300. So needless to say, full service broker, they offer very high charges on the transaction. In the discount broker, we save a lot during our transaction for brokerage charges. Now the real game lies over here. These are a lot of hidden charges which we don't know. So just pause the video once more over here, and friends, please do comment in the comment section those who were not aware about these charges. So what are the various charges levied on one single transaction that we do? Either we do buy transaction or we do a sell transaction. What are the various charges? Various charges are the brokerage, which we have already discussed in previous slide. Exchange transaction charges. Now NSE, BSE, whether you purchase stock on any of the exchange, you have to pay some fixed amount of charges, which is this percentage. Lastly, you pay GST on this, which is nothing but a combination of brokerage and exchange plus 18% GST on that. So as you know, like GST is goods and services tax. This is serviced by the exchange, this is serviced by your broker. So combine the total amount, you pay 18% on those. And then you pay security transaction tax and commodity transaction tax. So you pay this as per the given percentage. Then you pay stamp duty to your state government as per this percentage. And you also pay a SEBI charge for your regulator, which is very less, but still there are some charges. Okay, even if it is minute, there are some charges associated with it. And last but not the least, DP charges. Now many people have questions or concern regarding this because I have been asked many times, what is this DP charge? DP charge is nothing but depository plus participant charge. Who is the participant? It is nothing but your broker again. And who is the depository? For NSE it is NSDL, for BSE it is CDSL. So whatever charge NSDL, CDSL takes plus your broker charge, and add GST to even this DP charge as well, the amount would come to roughly around in the bracket of 15 to 25 depending on your broker. So friends, as you can see, there are so many transactions, there are so many charges levied on one single trade, and that's why it is advisable that you don't do multiple intraday trade. You don't buy sell pretty often, because you may be thinking you bought for 100, you sold for 200. Okay, you earn 200 rupees profit, but then there are a lot of other charges which you might not be aware, but it is eroding your profit. So before we move to the last slide, which is nothing but the hidden charges which you can avoid, which no one tells you, and we'll see how you can avoid that. I would request you to please hit that like button if you really like my content, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe to my channel as well. How to avoid the hidden charges? Now before that, let's take a look at what are the hidden charges. If you are doing intraday, there is a auto square of intraday. You might be getting messages RMS square of. Who are RMS? It is the risk management team which your broker attaches with your trading account. So there is a team which sees your trading account, who ensures that if you are trading in an intraday, you have to do the settlement by this time before the market closes. So if you haven't done it manually, they go ahead and do it automatically, for which of course they will charge you some money. Then higher AMC charge for 3-in-1 account facility, which as we saw, full service broker charges you. Try to trade in as much higher quantity as possible. We already saw that, right? When you traded with 3 lakh or you traded with 30,000, two examples we took, the higher volume you trade based on your capacity, the lesser would be your percentage brokerage charges. Okay. And then charges for placing through trade through call with a relationship manager. Now people just open account with relationship manager. They think that okay, it's a leisure that I'm getting such a services through relationship manager who I can just call while driving or doing other activities, and he or she can place the transaction on my behalf. But friends, just understand, this doesn't come for free. This comes with a cost. I don't know, like there is a varied list of cost. Some banks charge it at 10 rupees per transaction, some charge at 20, some charge at 25. So check with your particular full service broker what are the charges you are charging me if I'm calling a relationship manager and placing the trade. So please do avoid that as much as possible. Then avoid frequent transaction, because so many other charges and are incurred per trade. As we saw, there is depository charge, so that 20-25 rupees will anyways be incurred. If you place a trade for small amount like 100 rupees, 200 rupees, you are paying the broker 25, you're paying the depository 25, so much amount you have already paid. So what would be left with if you, even if you're profitable? So I hope you like this content. I hope it was quite informative to you. If you found it useful, please do share to maximum people and spread the awareness. Until we meet in the next video. Thank you.